an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Welcome to my little craft corner. And this is the card we're going to make today, made with Bohemian Designer Series Paper and Boho Chic folder. It is cased or copied and stamped everything from this card I saw on Pinterest, and it's done by Narelle Fasulo at simplystampingwithnorelle.com. Loved her card. Starting with a base of Very Vanilla. This is my standard card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of rich raspberry cardstock that is 4 by 5 1/4, so it's 1/4 of an inch smaller. The Bohemian Designer Series paper has kind of bold graphics on one side and more subtle graphics on the other side. Narelle used this one for her card, and I'm using a similar one with the Very Vanilla background to it. And these designs have a thick stripe and a thinner stripe, and then they alternate. What I did was I cut on my trimmer, I cut right along that strip. This one's a partial design, so I cut on this strip and then cut again on this strip, and you're going to need 2 of the wider strips, and you can make 4 cards with those 2. But because these 2 patterns are the same, you want to have 2 different wider strips. Here's my wider strips, and these are just half a strip, and I'm going to be cutting out on these diagonals this pattern, and you will have 2 that start with the Bermuda Bay, Rich Raspberry, and Blackberry Bliss. The colors in the Bohemian Designer Series paper are Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Island Indigo, Delightful Dijon, Rich Raspberry, and Very Vanilla. Honestly, I don't usually case cards quite as much as I did with Narelle's card, because I found what I liked about her card is she continued the same color on her card. If you do something like that, you've got your Bermuda Bays lined up. I'm going to put the Rich Raspberry in the Boho Chic embossing folder and run it through the Big Shot. I'll be right back. And that gives me this wonderful background that kind of coordinates it with this pattern. Either side would be great on this card, but I'm going to use this one on the outside. So I'm going to adhere this directly to my card base. And then I will make my pattern. I think I'll go this way. Keep going back and forth on this. and I like that arrangement. And then I'm going to use Delightful Dijon ink and a piece of very vanilla cardstock. This needs to be at least 1 by 3 3/4. And I'm using Fabulous 4. Any of these will work. I think I'm going to use Thanks this time. What I did was I separated my stamp. This is supposed to be all one, and I just cut it. And so I did not trim these corners, so that if I want to use them as one, I can just stick them on the block. And use them as one, matching those pieces, and you can even tighten it up a little bit better. But in this case, I just really want to use Thanks by itself. So I'm going to stamp Thanks. And I'm going to cut that out with my Project Life Cards and Labels framelit. And this design goes perfectly with this card. So I'm going to cut that out like that, and I'll come right back. And then that punches right out. And I'll place this on here with dimensionals. And you can see I have an oopsie on here. No problem. It's on the back. I thought you wouldn't see it because I edited out of the video, but there you go. Truth. Now I'm just going to add candy dots. These are Bermuda Bay candy dots, but you could use rich raspberry if you wanted. And I'm actually covering up that center. I don't know, I could put one of those. I don't think I will put one there. I can also add a little strip, that skinny strip that we cut off. You can add a strip onto the inside of your card. And so this is 5.5 inches long by 1/2 inch, I believe. And you still have this strip that you can add to your envelope, and you can either add it on the front or on the back. Again, I think I'll put this on the front. Again, this is something that you might not want to put through the post office. It might get jammed up in their machinery. So you're kind of taking your chances. This would be something that you might want to do for a card that you're handing to your friend. And my card is done. If you would like some of our rich raspberry cardstock or our Bohemian Designer Series paper, or that wonderful Boho Chic textured impression folder, come on over to bevadams.com. I'd love to be your demonstrator, and I have other ideas and inspiration and lots of organizational tips over there too. Talk to you soon. Bye.